Welcome back to MLG Anaheim. My name is Benson. I'm joined by the wonderful Maven. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm quite stressed.
You're stressed?
You know,
Why?
we had
What's up?
that Cursed Black series we watched earlier.
I
could barely handle that. I was in the crowd.
I almost passed out.
Oh, I know. You were up here casting for like what 90 minutes basically. That one took.
It was like
and
a World
then
Cup game.
in between games, I'm checking on the Germany-Ghana game, just sweating.
See, this is what's interesting. You're one of the very few Americans I
Yeah.
actually know that actually knows a lot about football. I'm gonna say football, but
Football.
to everyone here,
I'm
it's
probably going to say soccer. It's all right.
Yeah.
But
just now.
we needed Germany to win.
You did, and
Now they got a
too.
tie. But we're doing a lot better than with Curse AU and Epsilon here. Unfortunately, your hopes were dashed. Sorry, bud.
I hate you.
We watched that game together too.
Everyone
I
in
know you were
everyone
very,
in Europe
very
is
upset.
everyone in Europe is now going to be like, Maven, I hate you. Well, I see
I know,
everyone in
that's
the
right.
UK
My
is gonna
follower
hate
count
you.
just drops
Yeah, all the
drastically.
Australians tweeting at you like, dude, that's not cool. Like,
Yeah.
you've been casting 2 minutes, you're already roasting.
Yeah.
But you know, both these two teams, as you mentioned, obviously Curse Australia and Epsilon. This is going to be a pretty intense game. I'm not gonna lie. Both these two teams, obviously, in the losers bracket, it's another loser's game. Loser goes home, and we're only like.
Well,
halfway
we saw.
through
I mean,
day two.
Epsilon's first series. I got to watch a good bit of that with TK, and that was
Yeah.
about as what was it? 3-point loss game, 1 Dom.
1 point.
It went to round 11
Yep.
in S&D, and then 1 Cap and Blitz separated them.
Yeah,
so
it was
that's
ridiculously
like
close.
literally pretty much as close as it can be.
What was really interesting as well is I caught up with Josh, one of the Epsilon players, after that game, and he said, you know, that was a really weird series for us. We're used to coming back. We're used to being down and going and making the comeback. In all those series, we had the lead and we threw it away. And I was like, hey, you know, you need to just go clutch. That's what Rambo was saying. He was like, you know, you need to learn to close out those games. That's what the Europeans have been traditionally lacking here at MLG events because they've never placed inside the top 8 at any major league gaming event.
Yeah,
that's
and,
like crazy.
it's wild considering how strong some of the teams have been that have come in and not be able to finish top 8. And then on the other side, we have Curse AU, who formerly, T1 Daughters. We got to cast a bit of them at Champs. Saw them basically go, the entire event without dropping an S&D. That was their real, specialty. That's what carried them all the way to 5th place.
So let's see how this game's going to break off. It's going to be Domination Strike Zone kicking things off. Interesting yesterday, just mentioning what you were saying there, Maven, about the S&D. The Australians did not look good at all yesterday when it came to their search and destroys, as my Xbox just freezes. That's always fun.
Well, that's a good start. It might be the fact that I am joining in here, so you should be good to go with controller issues here.
Yeah, my controller's frozen, so that's always fun.
That's always
we'll have to
start.
switch. We'll have to switch to your feed when you.
Yeah,
finally get into
I'm
the game.
loading in right now. But but talking about you were saying with Curse AU playing FaZe Black late last night. It was I think the last match of the evening really, and it ended up being a 3-0. They weren't able to take the S&D. Which is
I did a
what they had
puck
to
it.
win.
I did a puck it.
There you go.
There we go. We're back. We're good. We're all good. It's a gravy, baby. Don't worry about it.
All right, and just the early start here, it looks like we are going to have a 12-2 advantage here for Tommy and crew. Tommy's already started out to 5-1, so a huge start for him as we're on board with Dens following here behind Damage. He's going to try and push in here through Closet.
Well, looking at the Australians right now, they are down quite heavily. Just the 4 points to their name in this Dom Strike Zone game. And it's this man right now, Tommy, 5-1. You know, we were talking about both these two teams before we went live, and we were talking about Tommy's performance in those games yesterday. Honest to God, every single game type, just top of the team, doing what he could. A fantastic player, arguably one of the best European S&D players to great.
Well, that's, I don't get to see, just with the time difference and stuff, I get to watch a ton of the, EU leagues and EU players play. But, Tommy, I know just from, the Call of Duty Reddit, I've seen so many S&D clips from him just making crazy plays. So he is definitely enormously talented. And they're out to a pretty significant lead, considering we haven't even hit 2 minutes into this first side and already up 16 right now.
Yeah, they're controlling this game quite well, but the Australians, don't count them out just yet. They have both B and A under their control, and it's going to be Tommy trying to breach this B flag. There's 3 Australians here, just 1 Australian at the A flag. Who is that player? Well, he just got a 2-piece. It's actually going to be Damage. He does go down to Josh over on that side, but Tommy on the B flag. This is the big play. Can he try and get control of the flag? His teammates spawning in towards him, and this is going to be Epsilon once again gaining control of B.
Yeah, I thought that player outside bar there coming from A was going to give him a little pressure, but he actually rotated around towards middle. His teammate was able to clean him up, made taking B very easy there. Now, for the most part, at least what I've seen so far this event, it seems like kind of the power control people have liked to hold have been A and B. It's really easy to hold off the angles for players pushing out of C so far.
Good hold as well coming in from Team Epsilon. As you can just see on that minimap, the Australian team spawning all the way out at that A flag. And now the push is going to come in towards that B flag, and that's why Josh has rotated. His teammate goes down. He needs to pick up that kill, does so nicely, and it's going to be left down to Dens momentarily for his team to just try and stay up. And you can see the rotations coming in. There's Australia making their way towards C, but whilst that happens, Epsilon on point, just jump on that A flag.
Yep, and that was a good hold. I mean, that's why it's tough there when they have that A flag. It's really easy to push out as a squad sometimes, put 2-3 pressure into Bar, but Tommy was able to pick up a nice two-piece. He's already up to 13 and 3 with 3 caps, so he's really getting it all done for his squad right now.
Playing quite well. Josh still just playing quite passively on the A flag. Runs out of ammo, gets the kill with his last bullet. Nicely played. Trophy system in hand, tries to cap the flag, goes down. However, Tommy is in support. He's cleaned up that kill, 14 and 3. Gets weak, backs off. Smart play. You know, doesn't want to give away a pointless death. Waits for the challenge to come in any second now. In fact, no.
Yeah, and he is absolutely crushing it. You thought that player was going to push him, but he rotated back. Made that an easy kill for Tommy with regards to the timing. He should be able to take A pretty easy. I think they actually had that 2-hop, so they will have the AB control. You see 3 players right now from Curse AU are going to try and flood in through the back closet right now via the mini-map there, trying to put pressure on B, but so far it looks like they are doing a really good job at controlling B.
Josh picking up a 2-piece in that B flag. Nicely played from him. Chilean's going to push A. Player up top. That's Josh once again. He's on a 3-point streak right now, 12 and 8 as well. Got to give him some credit. Swanee 10 and 9, Jerd 11 and 9. So when it comes to that slaying department, the Australians just not keeping up. But it's kind of expected. You know, if you look back at what happened at Call G Championship, you know, their S&D game was what won them so many big games. It really was. And then taking blitzes as well. That was the big thing for them. Domination, they didn't really look too strong at, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Well, just second, I mean, Tommy was 15 and 4, and Chilean was 4 and 15. So basically completely opposite when it comes to KT, and that's going to make it tough to get it done. Lead is up to what? Basically 30 right now with 20 seconds to go. So a really good first side there at Epsilon.
Chilean is going to get taken down just before the end of this. Swanee finally does get shut down. Nice 2-piece coming in from Dens. Almost found the third if it wasn't for Jerd. Damage to try and jump on that A flag. And looking at the scoreboard, Tommy has almost dropped 20. This kind of reminds me of Scumpy's performance yesterday, where Scumpy, he dropped, I think it was overall 85 kills over 3 maps.
Yeah, someone said like the first 2, he dropped close to 50 or something like that.
It was absolutely outstanding.
I saw the tweets out of COD Stats and it said, what, his S&D had like a 4.33 KD.
He just turned up the heat, like he really did. So, Epsilon looking good at the half. Got to give them some credit. The Australians kind of struggling a little bit here, but I mean, Maven, if the Australians are going to come back into this game now, what do they have to do differently?
Well, honestly, I mean, it's just for the most part, just starting to win some gunfights. I mean, Tommy is just absolutely crushing. He was getting a ton of kills. He held A by himself for so long there towards the end of the map, but really, I mean, not to point out one player, but Chilean right now at 6 and 18 now, triple negative. He's really got to get going. And this is, you know, their first series of the day, first game here for them. So maybe just a little bit of kind of getting warmed up, but he's got to get it turned around quick. Looking
over at Swanee's perspective, he's just chilling out by this B flag, waiting to see if anyone's going to rotate to A. And as they do that, he hops on that B flag. Nice timing coming in from here. So let's see how Ize is going to play this one. Has a couple of players rushing down towards that C flag. Can he try and help his teammate out? That's going to be Chilean underneath him, who's going to try and go for the cap. There's a player just outside that white van. Ize playing very patiently. Teammate on C. Teammate gets shut down, actually, so he needs to pick up that kill. Does so. Now that's going to give him license to try and hop on, but there's going to be one more player rushing down from the side, and he goes down. Nice hold again from Epsilon. Yeah, that was a great job. You know, they had that 2-1 advantage there early on, but just played a little bit slow. Was not able to clean up that player on C quickly, and now they've jumped up, looking at about a 40-point lead. And, you know, if this was something like Octane, where you see, you know, 2-cap controls, where sometimes will extend 2-3 minutes, this type of lead in a map like Strikes is very difficult. As fast as they rotate, as fast as there's these changing of the caps, this is going to be really difficult to overcome here for Curse AU. Going to have a look at Josh's perspective again. He's having a fantastic game himself, almost dropping 20. Going to throw the Semtex out, not going to get the kill. Jerd, 14 and 15, he's on that C flag, and this is really the sole reason Epsilon are doing so well in this game. As soon as Curse Australia jump on a flag, Epsilon have already rotated, and they're capping their home flag. Yeah, no, they've done an excellent job, and they had just a couple seconds there with actually no cap for Curse AU, no points coming in for them, but it looks like Curse AU is trying to get A here. There's a couple players in Korea that will apply pressure, and they are able to clean up Chilean on A, so they should be able to retain this 2-cap control once they decide to move out of Courtyard, but just playing it a little slow right now. They've got a significant lead with under 3 to go. No real sense of urgency out of them. Josh trying to make some plays over the A flag, does go down. We'll get back on board with the Australians, but Ize on 17 kills, Dens on 17 as well, so They're trying to catch up in the slaying column, but now they really do need to start pushing for that trip cap.
Yeah.
Even at neutral at this point, anything will help because, I mean, you can just see Swanee there on the map. Have him highlighted. He was just roaming around the outside behind enemy lines, really causing problems for the Australians and just not able to rotate to those flags quick enough.
This is certainly desperation time. I mean, when you're down, 50-odd points with 2.5 to go, they really have to start pushing the 3 capping. This reminds me sort of the at X Games, what was it, Optic EG, but EG had that huge first half deficit, and they were pushing 3 caps so early and almost able to pull that off. But it is very, very rare that you can see a 3 cap held, especially on a map like Strike Zone.
Yeah, it's just so small, and you get spawns where you can just spawn pretty much on the B flag. It's very, very difficult to control. You need everyone kind of split around the map, and you all need to win those 1v1s. Well, to do that consistently for a minute is tough.
I was hoping we see Tommy approach maybe that 40 bomb, but I think he's around 7 and 6 or so this side. Not quite as hot as that first half, but really enough damage was done on the first side that they were able to carry it through here. 2-piece there for Josh, going to be 2 down for either side, and not a whole lot of time left here, and the lead is still really significant.
Yep, Josh just going to try and cap that A flag. Going to get challenged, but picks up the kill. Nicely played from him, and 26 and 19, he's putting up a great performance as well. Worth mentioning, we talked a lot about Tommy in that first side and a little bit in the second side, but he's definitely keeping up with Tommy in terms of the kill column. And Strike Zone just seems to be that kind of map where you can just really play for kills. If you outslay on Strike Zone, really you have no reason whatsoever.
Well, it's funny, all the talk about Tommy all game long, and just like that, Josh actually has 1 more kill, make it 2 more. He's 29 and 19, pushing out through Closet. He should have another engagement here just a second, able to win that gunfight as well, and he's crushing. Able to drop that 30 bomb, still 60 seconds left to play, and that slaying power combined with Tommy and Josh is a big part of, really what's leading to this 50-point advantage for Epsilon.
Yeah, it's massive. It really is at this point. 50 seconds left. It's just a formality now to play down the clock. But, speaking to Josh, he's hungry, really wants to do EU proud at this event. There's so much hype that goes into the European teams when they come, and then every event they get to really perform when it comes to MLG. And, Josh wants to try and make a change, aiming for top 3 placement. And performances just like this could potentially see them get there.
Oh, yeah. Well,
obviously, this isn't EG, but still. Yeah.
But from Kersey, we were talking about kind of what they need to get going, and I mentioned Chile, and he did do a little. He was 6 and 18, I think, so he kind of went 12 and 12 here on the second side, so turned it around quite a bit. And they're going to need to be firing on all cylinders because this one, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't really all that close. But what we did speak
That's
about,
one way of putting it.
What we were speaking about beforehand, though, I mean, Kersey, again, they're not really known for the respawn. I mean, what got them to 5th place in champs, what made them look so strong, is not dropping any of those S&D games. So really, this entire series is going to come down to game 2 here.
High fives from Josh to the rest of the team. A fantastic performance from him. Actually ended up with 33 kills. Tommy not able to hit that 30 bomb, but as well, we didn't give much love to Swanee or Jerd, but both of them, 24 and 22, doing exactly what the team needed them to do.
Yeah, when your entire squad's positive, usually works out pretty well.
Normally. But normally works out quite well.
Again, it's going to come down to this game too, though, because Kersey, we talked about, they're really just known for that S&D, but last night not able to get it done with FaZe Black. I think it was Formal. I think dropped 11 to 12 kills. Had a really strong match. Kind of went off. Well, the next map is going to be some Search and Destroy Warhawk. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break with more action live from MLG.